Hello everyone, Elsie Rosie here and welcome back to the O Ship Show. On today's episode, we have our this month's segment of Fandom Talk. So guys, take a wild guess. What are we talking about today? But of course, we are talking all about fan art. And today I have 33 here with me, so that way she can go on and on about how amazing fan art is. 33, take it away. Hey everybody, 33 here, and welcome back to the O Ship Show. On today's episode, we are diving in. Oh, wait. Elsie just said this. Sorry guys, I get really excited when I get to be on the show, but hey everybody. So yes, 33 is here, and yes, we are on Fandom Talk, talking about fan art. Woohoo! It's gonna be so much fun, guys. I'm so excited. So, I am checking to see, because guys, remember last month when you all met up with Reese and you got to talk about a fanzine? So fanzines also featured fan art. Super cool. Usually with Star Trek or like the more galaxy-based universes, because that was really big going on back then. It was so cool. Just like, oh my gosh. And like, it's just so cool. Even though like Chris did say that 33, slow down, breathe, it's okay. You have time on the show. You don't need to talk super fast. Just breathe. Tell everybody what the definition of fan art is. Nice and slow. So that way everyone can hear you. Take it easy. Oops. Sorry, Elsie. Sorry, guys. I'll start at the beginning. Sorry, my cupcakes. But yeah, so let me get the official definition for fan art. So, fan art is art created by fans of a series, of a TV show, movie, or general public media. It's super cool. Fan art is not limited to just traditional art. It's also open to digital art, painting, knitting, truthfully whatever you can get your hands on, or like figure out whatever you can do to make an art form that can be considered fan art. So it's super cool. As long as it's created by a fan of something, then it is considered fan art in that general perspective, which is pretty cool, honestly. Like, I really like it. Elsie does both, and I stick to mostly traditional because I find that more fun. It's more fun to do. I really like it. And then I don't have the first ever fan art that we officially did with me. Elsie said I couldn't use it, so whatever. No, plus like it is really embarrassing. So I'm like, your first fan art portion, if the first thing you ever do in fan art probably won't be the best unless you're like an amazing artist, and if you're that, more power to you. Like, that's so freaking cool. But yeah, it kind of depends on like what you're able to do if you're fan art. Especially like fan art isn't limited to like one type. Like, you don't need to do just shipping, you don't need to do AUs if you don't want to. Really, you can do whatever you want with fan art. It's really like express what you want to out of the show with your fan art. So it's super cool, so much fun. In fact, I actually did a deep dive from the past and checked out Elsie's DeviantArt page. Oh my gosh. I found so much stuff and I was like, this girl do some weird fan art. I am all for it. It was pretty cool. Here, I want to show you guys. Oops. 33, no, we're not, we are not showing them that, do not, no, oopsie, oopsie, sorry Elsie, I'm sorry, oopsie. I mean, fan art is super important to show, like, and plus your original style is super cool, and like, you should show people. I'm sorry Elsie, can we show them your old page? Oh my goodness. Next time you want to show people my stuff, just, first of all, it is public, so like, calm down. Second of all, just tell me. 33, how about this? We can, I will do a reaction video to my DeviantArt page this Friday. That sound good? Yes. Okay. I do agree that fan art is very important to the fandom community. Especially fan art can be a lot of fun since it is viewed in the same way as fan fiction. So it definitely is a fundamental point to all fandoms. It's very important to have fan art. And honestly, it's a lot of fun. Now, we did mention, and I think either last Fandom Talk or before, is fan art legal? So yes and no. It's a little confusing. But before we dive into that, let's go into why it's like that. So, the big reason why fan art is considered not always legal is due to copyright. So copyright lets is best described as right of copy. That means whoever has that right of copy can use that product or set of characters or universe anytime they want, and it can be considered canon or true to that universe. So, like, an example of like a true like company using their copyright is from, let's do one from 2015 with the DC's official Twitter page, where they released that Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn are girlfriends without monogamy. So when they released that, that was their copy, like they had the right, because they had copyright, to admit that. They were able to say that, yes, these two are together, yes. But if a fan said that instead of the copyright holders, then technically it wouldn't be seen as a it would be seen as a fan giving their opinions, which is important, but it's not viewed the same way, because when like it comes directly from a creator, then it can be viewed as officially a part of the canon. If it's from a fan, it's more of the fan sharing their opinions or their beliefs. So it's a bit more finicky. Definitely that being true. Now, that being said, does that mean fan art and fan fiction is technically illegal? And that because fans have no copyright over it? Well, to best explain it, here's a quote from PT. From a copyright holder's viewpoint, fan fiction and fan art is usually not very harmful. Fans create works that are openly recognized to be non-canon to the story and are not replacements for the original. So the big thing is, as long as they're able to keep that distinction between the two, it's fine. Like creating your own characters, that's fine because they are your own. They're not directly from the show. Doing these like little different AUs, different universes, that's fine. Everything works. As long as you recognize that like you're not replacing the actual content, you're adding on to it with something new. And you have to make it clear that it's not official content. As soon as you make it clear that it is fan art and is a fan creation, then you're all good. In fact, continuing from that article, it's called The Messy Work of Fan Art and Copyright. I'll leave a link down below in the description. It actually adds that fan art and fan fiction and generally the fandom community can actually be really helpful to copyright holders for one simple thing. Because let's say the big thing that really helps them is that they're able to keep the fans interested. So like, remember back to the dark days when the MCU killed Loki off and we were all dying inside? The original creators announced that Loki was still alive and that he would come back for a different show. Well, kinda. When they said kinda and made it seem like he was kinda back to life, the fandom community went wild. People started drawing fan art, posting their theories. Everyone started diving more and more into a character that they thought was dead. Because they had all this more information, all these great new things, they were intrigued. They were curious. They wanted to know what was going on. What does that do for the copyright holders? That keeps their fans intrigued until the next release, which keeps the interest in the show, keeps them buying merchandise, keeps getting the copyright holders more money. It's a win-win. And honestly, the big thing is that because each fandom is different, so it is good to be wary of that. Because yes, some fan fictions and fan arts are taken down because the creators specifically said that they wanted them to go down. Not all creators are like that, and that's something else to recognize. In fact, a lot of court disputes over fan creations are pretty rare. Like, they do happen, of course they happen, but they're not common, mostly because they do help the copyright owners. So the big thing that I would say is, should you do it? Yes, it's a lot of fun. It's super cool. But be wary, because yes, it's a great way for you to grow your art, and yes, it is phenomenal, but also explore your own art, create your own characters, create your own worlds, like branch out from just fan art. I know that sounds a bit hypocritical of me, because like I do have, like most of the things I draw is fan art, but I have actually, by branching out more, I've created many new characters, and I've been able to develop a lot of different things for books that I someday want to write. So fan art definitely was my start, and then it bounced off into something more. So I definitely would say check out fan art. Make sure, check it out. Be respectful of the creators of both the fan art and the show, because fan art is meant to be fun. It's meant to explore and try new things. It's supposed to be really cool. So I would so recommend it. Be careful if the original creator or copyright holder does flat out say, don't do this, like take this down. Take it down. Be nice. Because like literally it just makes more sense. But yeah, have fun with it. Do it. Why not? I would totally recommend diving into fan art. Be careful, like with anything else in the world, because fan art can range from extremely cringy, like what 33 showed you earlier, cringe, or it can go from like absolutely beautiful, and it can create whole new worlds and series. There's this, and I'll dive more into this more on Friday, but there was this one DeviantArt creator that I was in love with. Like, I loved her so much. Oh my god, I loved her so much. And she created this, I can't remember what this main character is from, but she had a universe, like a fandom created universe, but she'd post all these things. And because she'd had a lot of crossover events, when I watched her when I was like 14, not 14, like 2014. So I was around 13, 14, I was a baby. And literally, I remember looking through her posts and thinking that all of those characters who I knew were from crossovers. But because they were all in the same fan art, I thought they were all from the same world. And it was so cool, and it was so much fun, and she introduced all these brand new couples and brand new scenarios that they could be in, and it just created a whole new world. And then from that, I looked more into the individual shows, and I branched out, and it was so much fun, and I loved it. And like, it was really cool, and I really enjoyed it, and that was so much fun. Also, I think a lot of my art did grow a lot because I mimicked a couple of her things. I didn't mimic a lot of them because I don't like what her style bubbled into, but I liked how she was able to keep the main characteristics of each show and bring them into her style. I was such a huge fangirl over her. Like, she was so fucking great. Oh my god, I loved her work. But yeah, like, she really was a big inspiration for me with fan art. I learned a lot about her, and the big thing is fan art can be collabed, which means that like you draw something for somebody, they draw something for you. It's a big thing when you like, it's happened to me once before and I loved it. I couldn't find the original creator of it. But with, I'm getting on a big tangent. Okay, I will dive more all into this later because I know 33 wants to keep talking. But before we jump back to 33, I do want to say how I started with fan art, because like that's always fun to share your story and like dive into it. So yes, you guys did see that I was somebody who used DeviantArt Paint. I think that's what it was called, where basically I could paint on DeviantArt, and oh my god, it was terrible. I used a little mouse. But while I did that, I also had this huge zipper, like, you know those bags are just made of zippers? I had one that was purple and blue, and it was filled with dying Sharpies and markers that I stole from school, and it was just like, oh my god, it was a mess. And then I could never see what was inside of it because it was so dark, and I was like, well. But I remember that I would carry that around, and I would draw on my notebooks, and I would draw on my sketchbooks, and like, it was always so much fun to do. And that's how I started, and it was so much fun. And the biggest, like, the fan art that I can think of that I do the most, so the first fan art that I can think of that I drew was actually, it was really cool because back then I didn't have a notebook. So I would take printer paper from my mom's printer, and or from my school printer, and I drew, I don't have it now, thank goodness. Oh my god, it's on my DeviantArt page, so I'll show it to you all on Friday. I'm not looking forward to that. Friday is going to be a big spooky time for everyone. But yeah, on that, I drew Jeff and Jane the Killer because, yes, I was a creepypasta buff. I loved the creepypasta community. I was such a big fan. It was super embarrassing. But yeah, I started using that big bag of Sharpies, and then I upgraded up to Crayola markers because I found them to be really useful, and I liked all the different shades, especially if you get the 50 pack. It is a bit more expensive, but like, it works really well. And then I would combine them with the thicker markers. It just worked out so nicely. It was really cool. Okay, And now I've actually upgraded fully to digital art, and I don't have my art pad with me, but it's around here somewhere. Sorry, my room's kind of a mess right now. But yeah, okay, 33. I want you to go through and show everyone how art works and do step by step. I'll see you guys in a bit. 33, take it away. Yay, my turn. So guys, when I was working on the comic, I mostly stuck to just traditional art. So, oh, I'm sorry, baby, you gotta go down. I'm sorry. So what I did was that I had these big notebooks. You can get them for like $5 at Michael's or Target. And I would carry them around with me with bags like this. This bag was actually custom made for me by one of my friends here at school. It has markers in it that I tie my markers together with a ponytail because I find that really helps me. It makes my life easier. Because let's say I want to draw a forest. Whip out my greens, I'm all set. There's even some like different shades in here. It really helps. And as you guys can see, I mostly stick to Crayola markers because they are affordable. They're not that super expensive markers that you can get. They're affordable. You can find them nearly anywhere. So if you run out of a color, super easy to get a new one, and they're a lot of fun. I would say that if you want to jump up to a more fancier marker, do it. Why not? This one just worked really well for me. But like, yeah, when I use Crayola, I tend to get the 50 packs. They are a bit more expensive, but like they're so worth it because you get so many good shades. In fact, one color actually went out of commission for like 2 years when I was working with it because it was in the 50 pack. And then I got the smaller pack once, and I tried to get the 50 pack again, and it was gone. It was this like red-brown color that I used for Nightmare Freddy, which was so annoying because the Nightmare Freddy was like orange and red for a minute. Oh my gosh, guys, it was such a mess. But back to the point, yes, if you're going to work with markers, have them organized because it'll make your life so much easier. Like, oh my gosh, especially if you're like me and you're always on the run. Like, it'll really help. Also, you may think you have too many erasers, get more. Because you will run out of erasers like that. It's so easy to do, and it's so annoying when it happens, because then you're like, oh, what do I do now? But like, this really did help me and figure things out. And now, I know like a big thing that I'd also say for a tip is have lots of erasers, have a good bag to hold your markers, get a good notebook handy. Also, invest in thin Sharpies. Because yes, Sharpies are bad for the environment and so are markers, but Sharpies work the best, at least in my personal experience, for the drawing of the lines. Because what I do, and I'll show you guys now. Boop, boop, here we go. Okay, so what I do is that at first I sketch in pencil, looking beautiful as always. Then I ink it in with Sharpie. Then I use my eraser magic, whoop. So see, now it looks like a coloring page. Much easier and much more fun. Then when we're at this stage, I toss the colors that I want to use. I have the colors for me in there, and then I start coloring. I would say when you're going to start coloring, it makes it a little easier to go from lighter to darker, because when you do that, then you don't risk bleeding, like the art bleeding together. I've noticed if I do like blacks or grays or dark blues mixed in with other colors, like if I do black with pink, then the pink will look more gray and muddy because the black is there. But if you do pink first and then do black, you won't be able to see it because it will still bleed, but you won't be able to tell because the black is darker than the pink. That does help a lot. It really helps with a lot of things. It also makes it look more consistent and more like really pretty. I really like it. But yeah, like I had a really good experience with drawing because like I loved it. I would run out of sketchbooks so fast, and it was so easy for like the holiday season because people would always ask me, well, what do you want? And I'm like, give me more markers. That's all I need. It was really fun. And I had a lot of good experiences with it. Like I actually had, this is embarrassing, but when I first started drawing, I would draw wherever I went. So if I was on the run or something, like I always am, I'd have those with me and I'd constantly be drawing. And a couple of times when I did this, I had people, like, especially kids, come up behind me and watch, and they would see what I was doing. And by that point, guys, my drawings were so bad. Like, oh my gosh, they were so bad. But like, it was really fun because people wanted to sit there and they wanted to watch, and it was really cool, and I really loved it. I remember I'd come home from school and my fingertips would be covered in marker marks. Like, it'd be all different colors in the day. It was so much fun. I really liked it. And it really helps me stay focused because it's hard for me to stay focused on things. So when I would be drawing, it really helped me like keep my focus, and actually it helps me get a lot, helped me study more. It just like worked out really well. I really think drawing is fantastic. So yes, I would 100% say draw fan art. Do it, 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 do it. It's super fun. It's a great way to explore your art style, and it's fun for you to learn new aspects about it. Like with now that I've branched out so much with fan art, I've learned how to draw so many different things. I've learned so much from so many great people. And it's actually, fun fact, this is a fun little embarrassing fact about me. Okay, so you all know that Elsie and the whole O-Ship crew, we really like Markiplier and Jacksepticeye because they're both fantastic YouTubers. They're so much fun. The thing is, I'm going to tell you all how we all first, like, discovered them. And it's not the traditional sense where, like, you saw them in a PewDiePie video or you saw them doing a gaming video. No, everybody, it's worse. The way we discovered the Jacksepticeye and Markiplier was through fan art of them. Oops. Back when I was really deep into DeviantArt, like 2015 to 17, so like right now, basically I loved like just diving into fan art. And if I liked an artist, I would look what else they had, because like I liked branching out to other shows too, especially like if that artist liked it, maybe I'll like it too. And I liked how this one person drew one of her, what I thought was an OC, which means original character, with the square jaw, and he had these like thought glasses, and he was super thick, and I was like, he's really cute. And then she always drew him with one of his friends, and his friend, or maybe they were a couple. You know, I'm not quite sure. I think they're friends. Yeah, they're friends. They were friends, yeah. But yeah, she had them, the guy's friend, I think she called the main guy, like the one with the square jaw, like Marky Moo. And I was like, cool. And then she had the other guy with bright green hair, a gray cap, and these bright blue eyes. And I'm like, he looks so cool. And like the way he talked, and he had this floating green like eyeball around him. And I'm like, these guys can't be real. These are some really cool OCs, but these guys can't be real. Oh lordy, I was wrong. But yeah, so when I first really gotten into FNAF, I started actually watching their videos. Because I used to watch their videos, but like not actually pay attention to them. I would like have them in the background and draw with them. And once I actually started watching them, that's when I connected the dots and was like, oh, these aren't OCs. These are actually real human beings. Oh my god. Yeah. So it's definitely a little embarrassing fun fact. So I think it's really cool, guys. Please don't tell Markiplier or Jacksepticeye this, or Sean and Mark. These are actually called. But also, Sean, if you do actually watch this, because I am a big fan of you and Mark, I gotta say, in fandom, people call you Jack and Sean. It gets very confusing, especially because no one spells Sean correctly, apparently. So, just so you know, when people draw you as an OC, it gets very confusing. Literally, draw you as an OC. When people draw you as a cartoon character. Oh my god, it was just like wild. Also, people either think that his little eyeball thing is a cat, like it acts like a cat, like it wants to snuggle him all the time, or it's like a badass warrior, or it could be both, and I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oopsie, we are definitely going on a big tangent. Okay. Sorry guys, thank you so much for joining me today during Fandom Talk, and I will see you all next time on the O-Ship Show. Bye! Thank you all so much for watching this video about fan art. It was super fun to work with you, 33. And if you all have any fan art or fan art stories that you want to share, please leave a comment down below so we can hear all about it. Thank you all so much, and I will see you all next time on the O-Ship Show. Bye!